Welcome back to special coverage on The Beat. I want to welcome Texas Congressman Joaquin Castro. He's vice chair of the House Foreign Affairs Committee and is on the Intelligence Committee. And I know, sir, you're just rushing to a camera. I'll mention to our viewers that we're following a very unusual day that touches on your committees, which includes the really unusual release of notes taken of a White House phone call that appeared on their face reveal potential abuses of power by the president and his attempt to involve Rudy Giuliani and Bill Barr in that plot, as well as what your committee, I believe, just received, which is the, as I understand it, non-public whistleblower complaint. And this comes on a night when the number of people backing impeachment in the House is within a vote or two of a majority. With all that said, what do you think is the most important thing that has been learned today? And what can you tell us, if anything, about the nature of the process here on that whistleblower complaint your committee has?
Well, the first thing is, you're right. I just took about 36 votes in one committee and then came over to the House floor to vote here. So as soon as I'm done here, I'm going to go into the SCIF, the Intelligence Committee, and read over the whistleblower complaint. But what's been most remarkable so far publicly today is that transcript or semi-transcript or memorandum of transcript, whatever it was that was released by the White House, that shows a president abusing his power, trying to pressure the Ukrainian president to dig up dirt on a political rival, but also in releasing it, implicating Rudy Giuliani. He basically confirmed all of the nefarious things that have been reported about Rudy Giuliani and his conduct, and also implicating, I think, the State Department and the Secretary of State, as well as the Attorney General. The Attorney General, I never believed that he should have been put into that position, but he should recuse himself, and he also has to be called, I believe, as a witness in this matter. So there are so many different things that have gone on today, very significant things that I think add up to an abuse of power by this president.
What would you ask Bill Barr, and how soon do Democrats intend to make him speak?
Well, we're obviously discussing that right now, but the Speaker said very clearly that she wanted this process to move expeditiously, and so I expect that that will probably be in the next few weeks.
Do you think that you're now at a point where the president is openly orchestrating international collusion to go after Democrats? And if so, who's to believe that it would stop only with Joe Biden? Do you think others are in danger? What is the level of risk to democracy in your view tonight, now that, unlike yesterday, we've actually seen the darn notes, and they're pretty serious?
Right. Well, this is the first time that we've seen notes or a partial transcript, so we don't even know that this is the first time. This is the first time that we're actually getting something in writing on paper, but there's a lot of investigation that has to go into this incident that may bring up other occasions where the president, for all we know, has done the same thing before.
Yeah.
So it's very disturbing.
As you mentioned, I appreciate you spending time with us before you go into the secure facility, and you have an invite to come back on this program and tell us what you can as this proceeds. Thank you for fitting us in.
Thank you.
I want to continue with Maya and Nick and give a little more context on this contagion that we was just discussing with the congressman, because consider what is being spread across Trump officials just from what we've learned tonight. The White House notes show Trump urging the Ukrainian president to work with, as mentioned, Barr to try to get this corruption investigation going against Biden. In fact, Barr's name is mentioned, you see here, 5 times. Now, that's just what the White House meant to release. They also have a kind of a defense, and often any White House would. But their defense was supposed to be sent to allies as talking points. They accidentally leaked that in the whatever hubbub and pressures of today. So take a look at this. The president releasing these talking points to Capitol Hill press staff on his side, Republicans, and it says, and this is their defense, that they were privately circulating, quote, the president wanted allegations of corruption involving an American official to be investigated. I read that accidental leak to both of my panelists, Nick, because isn't that an admission of the scandal?
Of course it is. I mean, he's admitted it right from the beginning almost. I mean, as things were coming out, he knew he had to get ahead of the story. So he keeps putting out other pieces of this. But he is so clueless I mean, he just doesn't appreciate the fact that what he is doing is a total abuse of power. It is not within a president's power to go out and get foreign governments to help him in his election. The government of Ukraine is not like the local men's club where you go in and people support you for president. I mean, he just doesn't get it. And he told ABC News that he had no problem asking a foreign power to get involved in his campaign. And he certainly had no problem asking Russia to help in his last campaign. So I think we've got a president here who just doesn't abide by the rules, doesn't understand the rules, and doesn't deserve to be president of the United States.
And so, Maya, briefly, are you, in your mind, witnessing a White House that actually, on this one, is reacting, is not driving this through controversy and tweets and all the other things, but seems time and time again, from calling Pelosi yesterday under pressure to releasing the notes to then releasing the whistleblower complaint, they seem really off balance?
I think this is a White House that knows it's in trouble. One of the things we were hearing in some reports, which seem to explain, and this is consistent with the Mueller report as well, is so many White House staff trying to rein Donald Trump in from violating the law. That was part of the Mueller report on obstruction.
Which is a great point, actually, because the press reports are saying that national security people didn't want him to make this call because he was going to do exactly what he wound up doing.
And he got rid of his seasoned national intelligence personnel, and one of the so it sounds like he was free to do what he wanted to do.
Maya and Nick, thank you so much. Hey, I'm Ari Melber from MSNBC. You can see more of our videos right here, or better yet, subscribe to our YouTube channel below. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us, and we appreciate that.